So today, I want to, just let you know four things that I did over all these years. Because I've been working out for 26 years. Like I said before, I got my credentials. I continue to learn more about myself. But these are four things that I did in order to make it a little bit more simple. Right? These are just unsolicited things. You don't have to use them, but if you're somebody that's maybe looking for a way to get started, cool. If not, cool. Before that, I would like to address something. Right? I told you before, I got off of social media. I got off, and I might just keep saying that here and there to let you know that this is my only platform. And if you do somehow link up on LinkedIn, I'll eventually see it if it's like a message or something like that. But it's just YouTube. It's just these that I do. I'm thinking about something. I have thousands of notes. Like I'll wake up and if I have a thought, I'll journal it down. So that's why I do YouTube, because of it's a journal, like it's an outlet, and I'm not gonna say it's a hobby, because I just think if I can, be relatable to 1 to 2 people, that's cool. Because, a lot of us are stuck, I'm assuming. But I'm not trying to be YouTube famous or anything like that. Now, I will say this. I don't want anybody in my pockets, but I retired from the military. If you know anything about that, that is a source of income. However, I live in Cali, so I gotta work. But if I could restructure my dynamic of my family, I could be okay. So I got sources of income that's coming to me based off my time served. I told you I don't have any student loan debt. None of this in here. I don't owe on credit cards because I don't like seeing that balance. If I got cash, I'll use the card and then I'll probably pay it down in order to build my credit. But I've been through that. I've played that game. So social media is done, but YouTube, I am not trying to get the plaque right now. I got the monetization options. I don't even want to use them because I don't know what it will do. So that's me. That's on me. Now, having my credentials, having a decent physique, having a space, I could be out here getting that bag. I just ain't pushed myself in that direction yet. Because work picks up, man. It's stuff that I do at work. I do outreach and all that other stuff. But I received this yesterday. And these tend to make me chuckle. And I'll explain why. I got off of social media because of trolls I know. Not because of strangers that are trolls. Trolls I know, meaning I've helped you enroll in school if that's your thing, and then you stopped going, and then you went and got a loan, and next thing you know, you mad at me because you came across my post. Trolls that I helped lose weight, or they stopped drinking, or they started eating right, and then they hop back on that train, and then you see my post. I got a cousin. Our parents are siblings, and he told me I'm in decent shape because I got good genetics. We got the same bloodline. But what was important about this statement is he said, hey man, only 23 views in 1 hour, delete your account. Buddy, 23 is a lot for me. I've been posting for years. I wasn't getting views like that. And I was posting just in the car, long form content, posting scholarship, free education advice for years. Not a lot of views. That one doesn't work. But I also understand human trait. And hopefully, if you just feel that upset about me still being on here and I'm not getting a lot of views, that you might look at some other posts and just know I'm the real deal. I don't play around when it comes to the things that I say, because if you're lying and you're fake, you have to keep up with that. But also give me something to work with. Like on social media, if you say something slick, let me go to your channel and you're doing something so I could be like, hey, you know what, you're right. Let me start doing what you're doing. But if you don't have a photo or any type of post, what am I supposed to learn from? I just wanted to address that. Like, that's odd to me. How evil we try to be. And we think we gonna type some words and somebody, I'm a 46-year-old man. I did 13 months in Afghanistan. You think that's gonna bother me? And I don't mean that I think that I'm tough, but mentally, that ain't gonna do it. It's the people that I know that irritate me, not strangers. Let me get down to the meat and potatoes. 4 things that I've done over the years to make it simple for me. The first one is I don't look at my fitness, my health, or anything like that as a chore. I used to. I used to look at it like it was a chore, like it was folding laundry. And if you know anything about me, you know I hate folding laundry. So if I'm looking at this workout like I'm looking at folding laundry, it'll never stick. I know that mentally, it always helps me. But you got to be willing to do it. I can't, approach it with so much disparity and then think it's going to stick. Because I'm going to feel that same amount of disparity and disappointment before I start every day, and that's just going to get old. It is. It's going to feel like it's a chore. So I don't approach anything fitness related like it's a chore. However, it takes me doing it. Do you know the craziest thing that happened? Like, I know some people don't like running. Don't run. I'm not telling you should run. Some people don't run the stairs. I'm not telling you should do the stairs. But on the days that I don't feel like doing it, there's a difference, right? Between it being a chore and you just not feeling like doing it. The days that I don't feel like doing it, I found out the darndest thing. Once I get started, I'm good. Once I get that first bead of sweat that comes down the side of my face, man, I'm glad I was here. And I've never, after I finished the workout, some cardio or whatever, felt bad. Now, there are those times that I might tweak something. That happens at 46 years old. That happens all the time, man, like at any age. But I do not approach it like it's a chore. At the very least, it helps my mental. And if you can control that or have some type of control in that aspect, game changing. Especially out there in the wild, how crazy stuff is. So it's not like folding laundry, washing the dishes. Pick the worst chore that you think you got to do. And I know as an adult, chores are for your youngsters or whatever. Just stuff you got to do around the house that you hate. I don't want to approach it like that. And then when people, and add on to that, I don't try to get in shape for an event or for a thing. And I don't want to get to the point to where I have to do it. Like you go to the doctor and the doctor's like, okay, this is what we got to do. I get up and I do this every day. And even on the days that I don't feel like doing it, you know what? I do it. I get started. Every workout is not flames coming out of my eyes, Rocky theme music playing, but I get down and I get started. You know what? Let me do 2 sets, maybe 3. I got this thing that I use. You don't have to use it. It's called the 3 Ps. It's called pain, playlist, and pace. What you got going on in your life that's upsetting you? If you can funnel that into this workout, man, that's the most potent source of pre-workout there is. Playlist, what you listen to. Do you listen to sad music? Are you sad right now? Are you listening to sad music in order to get sadder? Or are you listening to the Rocky theme song? I be listening to the WWE wrestling theme songs. You ever listen to Demolition? And then pace. Get a pace, whether that's running, whether that's like circuits. If that's your thing, it don't have to be. But I pace myself out. The 3 Ps. Don't approach it as a chore. Because if you do, you might get yourself to the point to where you're forced to have to work out because the doctor didn't told you so. 2, I stopped overcomplicating the whole fitness, wellness process. Everything up under that umbrella. It's an umbrella. You got the fitness, you got the mental wellness. Some of the people do not connect the mental wellness to the fitness part and vice versa. It just depends. I am not a bodybuilder. I build my body. I am not a power lifter because I don't compete. I'm not a professional CrossFitter. I'm not a marathon runner, unless you count the sterathons. This is something different. But I don't overcomplicate it. I am so simple to the fact that I would much rather read a book that got colorful pictures in it than a bunch of words. Does that make me dumb? I hope not. But I'm just saying there are such terms that we will hear, and if we're already on the fence about doing it, if it seems overly intense, we might not want to do it. It might not stick. Some people don't even know what macros are. To be honest with you, I've talked to some people and I'll be like, hey man, you gotta make sure you track your macros because that's the more notable trending term. And they're sitting there looking like, okay, but they're not going to ask you what a macro is because we got so much pride and ego. Yes, you can Google. Yes, you can go to GPT. That's what I call it. But just saying, just tell yourself fats, protein, carbs. Maybe you might receive it well. It's about the transition of the training. When I'm bringing my son down here, he sees that I work out. So when I say, hey, man, do this in order for you to be good, this is how you eat in order to see your bicep, he'll know that. You got to simplify it sometimes. There's a lot of intense words, man, right? Progressive overload and hypertrophy. And then it depends on who you're talking to. Superset, right? You tell your auntie to do progressive overload. She go talk to her friend and she like, my nephew told me to do piggly overwhop. What are you talking about, right? And I'm just saying, you got to simplify it if it's something that you think you want to do, because you're going to be expected to do it for the rest of your life. There is no freaking finish line. I used to call high rocks high drops, like on previous videos on social media. That's if I'd ever deactivate those apps, that's out there in the world. How silly I am. I ain't know what it was, but I said something about it because it's something new and it's trendy. And when it comes to this fitness stuff, it keeps going. And if you're somebody that's vulnerable, you want change, or you are forced to change because the doctor told you so, it's not like going into Costco where you got just 3 to 4 items and large amounts of it. It's not Costco anymore when it comes to fitness and trends. It's Walmart. It's Target. You got so much stuff to have to decipher. And because of that, we don't even stick to something long enough. I said yesterday, man, you will have somebody ask you, hey, have you ever tried this? A week after they ask you if you ever tried that. You got to stick to it, but because things are so overly complicated, some things sound extremely easy. You got people that be lying. Don't overcomplicate it. Make it simple. Now, this is something I've been doing for a while, but what I've been seeing, I'm so glad that I've been doing it. Now, the analogy that I made for tracking what you eat, because you should track what you eat, is it's like your gas gauge in your car. How you gonna know how much gas you got if you can't even track it, right? If you don't even know. But to expand upon that, I track other things as well, because in your car, you got a console that'll tell you things. Nowadays, it'll tell you what your tire pressure is, your check engine light, close your door. Unless you got like a Pinto or something, then you just out here figuring it out. But there are so many numbers that I track now, it helps me stay on top of what I'm doing. And the only way that I can gauge it is based off what I think I see in the mirror, and if I'm happy with that. And that's not always a win either, because body dysmorphia, because I've been lean, and I've been fat. That's just my own issues, right? What you see on that scale. But you got people that's telling you not to use the Apple Watch. How you gonna know? How you gonna know what you're tracking? Because there's a number in there that we don't even know what it is yet, and you're just getting it from your watch. Rested energy, right? That's the stuff that you're burning when you ain't doing nothing. When you're just sitting on the couch, farting. Do you really think you're doing 10K steps and that's all, and then you're in a calorie deficit? Some people only burning 300 calories when they do their 10K steps. You're eating that as soon as you get done. And then we'll look at machines and stuff like that. So some of these folks are telling you not to have any type of tracker on your body, and we'll go to the machine and say, okay, I'm gonna do a run. I burn 300 calories. How you know that machine is calibrated? Mine's ain't sometime, and I own these. So everybody's telling you, not everybody, I mean the people that I saw, are telling you not to, the watch doesn't work, or Fitbit, or whatever you might use might not work because it's trendy. How else are you gonna know? What you're running on, and it's telling you calories and stuff like that, might be wrong. It depends on the brand, it depends on the calibration, it depends on things. So how do you know if you're in a deficit if you don't know? Track what you're doing, yo. Now, yeah, I'm a bit much. Not only do I use my watch, because I have a few of these, so I make sure I keep them on. And only time I take it off is if I'm using a specific watch. Say this one just got the recent update, so when I take a shower after I finish the workout, or when I take the cold shower, I'll take it off then. I'll put it on the charger. And then I use the Hume Band. This is the 2.0. This tells me so much about what it is that I'm doing. Now, you might be thinking, when it comes to sleep tracking, don't they both tell you what your sleep tracking is? And yeah, but sometimes one of them don't work. That's technology. So when one don't work, I got the other. And if they both don't work, I got my fingers. I went to bed at this time. I don't recall waking up outside of peak. This is how many hours I slept. I got 3 different things to cover that. But me personally, I want to know what I'm doing. And I want to know if it's right. And I want to know if that stuff is allowing me to see my results. The Hume tells me that. I'm not an ambassador. They sent me an email, but at the same time, I'm not that person. I haven't really even responded back to it because I wouldn't know what to share because it might not be your thing. But what should be your thing is to track something. Yeah, it is to track something. Like this right here is my rest and energy. So that means in addition to my workouts, this is what I'm burning just doing nothing. And you know why that is? It's because the amount of muscle that I carry. Fun fact, the more muscle that you have, the easier it is for you to burn. So if you are overweight or fat Mike, we'll say 302-pound Mike, if he was just doing this and I was just doing this, I'm going to burn more than him. Now, this one is complex. It is, especially in today's climate and how everyone is an expert. I have my credentials. I've been a personal trainer since 2013, nutrition coach since 2013, wellness, certifications. I have my stuff in here. I have a decent look, and I still am not an expert. I am far from it because there is so much you can learn. That's why when you have a troll that got something to say, put something up there because I might be able to learn. I am a learner. I didn't get 10 degrees because I thought it would be a flex. I just like it's structure for me. But I got to see that you're doing it before I decide to listen to you. I got to see that you're taking your own advice. So one thing I had to tell myself, I said, self, man, Mike, like, don't listen to them if they don't look like they're in the shape that you want to be in. Or at least they look like they know what they're talking about. And it's a weird time now. It is when it comes to that. Like, when I first got my garage gym in 2004, I really wanted to be a part of the garage gym community. And this is no offense to anybody because it's people that make awesome content that I use to this day. But I have to compartmentalize the information and the specifics about the equipment that I ended up getting away from the person. That's just me. I don't want to go too much into negative about that, but some people just don't look like they're using this stuff. Or the nutrition's not on track. And when that happens, they're telling you. And it's a running joke out there, man. We don't do cardio. Who we? I do. But there is things like you're not supposed to use 35-pound plates in your gym, and it's like it's a sign of weakness. No, I don't want to be what I was. I don't want to be fat. In order for me not to be that again, I am not fat phobic. I am fat Mike phobic because he was killing me. So these are the things that I have to make sure that I do for my nutrition. The add-on is the aesthetic, and the best part is I have it here and I can do it. But we are given advice, especially all over the interweb from people that aren't really practicing those same things. And they somehow deem themselves a coach or an expert. Be careful with that stuff. That's my only advice there because I use that all the time. I got to see that you're doing it and I got to see that it's working for you. So those are my 4. I am not an expert. I am not somebody that's trying to get the YouTube bag. Am I possibly missing out on the potential of it? Maybe. I'm just a regular cat that just be posting. And as of now, yeah, a few more people than I anticipated have been seeing them. And that's powerful to me because I was stuck. And at the time, I needed to see an example of somebody getting unstuck. I couldn't just listen to, the steps I need to take in order to get unstuck. But the person giving me the steps weren't stuck because it wouldn't be relatable. Like it sounds good, but I need to, and that sounds bad too. You gotta see somebody in chaos for them to tell you how to get out of chaos, but you don't think that they was ever in the chaos. That's who I am. That's why I'm very open about everything that I share on here. And it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's not going to be most people's cup of tea on most days. Some of these will be a miss. Some of these will offend people. I am fully aware of that because I've been posting them, unfortunately offending people for years. But the truth hurts sometimes. The truth hurts most times. If you can pick up some type of suggestion or tip from these videos, cool. If you got a question, ask. If you got feedback or criticism, send it. Will I use it? Am I going to put a shirt on for most of these? Nah, probably not. Because like today, the abs are kind of popping and I'm just talking, but I'm just saying like a lot of the negative stuff like I touched on in the beginning of this long vlog, That stuff don't get me. And the area where it did used to irritate me, I'm not on there right now. I'm not. I might do a video as to why I'm off of social media. I've been off for over a month. How do I feel mentally? So, yeah, those 4 things, man.